What's going on, everybody? RJ with RJ's Trades. We back with another free Sunday watch list. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys my favorite plays for this week. We're gonna talk about things to expect. We're gonna look at some ways to make money. Okay, before we begin, just make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We almost to 1,000. That's insane. All right. Check the links below. Link to my Instagram, my free Discord community, or if you want to join the premium version and take every single trade that I take, feel free to do so. Okay. Either way, man. Thank you guys for tuning in every single week. Let's get straight into it. I'm not going to waste too much of your time tonight. This is a late upload, so you got to forgive me, guys. I'm a little late today. All right. So always take a look at SPY first. We always look at SPY because SPY is the overall market, okay? You want to find plays that are in correlation with SPY, okay? So if SPY is bullish, if it's having bullish setups, you want to find bullish setups. You don't want to be looking for bearish setups in a bullish market, okay? The market is obviously bullish, all right? We did have a little drop, which I said on the Free Play Friday. I said I didn't see it getting below 630, not right now, okay? And obviously it looks like the market wants to go and touch that 650, which would be a pretty big psychological level. So we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, man, the only thing we can do is play the highs at this point, okay? So if you see SPY right here, let's see if we got any level to really take it off of. 650, of course, is going to be a big psychological level, but as of right now, this actually doesn't look too bad. 646.5 needs to get above and hold that. So what you're basically looking for, and this is exactly what I look for in my plays, okay? I'm looking for levels and I'm looking for patterns, all right? And I'm looking for these on larger time frames because these levels tell you where the buyers and sellers are. The patterns tell you that the play has a high probability to do a certain thing. Now, you can have a great play that doesn't have a pattern, but typically I like my plays to have levels, okay? Levels are super important because they tell you where the buyers and sellers are, and they also tell you how far that a play can go. All right. Now, in this case, it's a lot tougher because you don't have anything to go off of to the upside, right? We're at all-time highs. So my biggest thing would be just to see what we do at this 650 level if we can get up and try to touch that right there, okay? So 650 can look to be a interesting spot, okay? So what would this look like? Okay, what could a possible play on spot look like right here? So I have two methods of entry, okay? It is the break and retest, which I have multiple videos of the break and retest on my channel. Break and retest looks like this. All right, so you want it to break out. You don't chase the up move. You wait till it comes back down, and you look to take it higher, okay? But you look to take it on the retest, but you don't just take it just because it comes back down. You have to look for confirmation. Your confirmation is the candlesticks, right? Candlesticks and volume, bullish hammers, bullish engulfings, things like that you're looking for to confirm that, hey, buyers are stepping in, all right? The other way that I like to enter a trade is patterns, okay? So patterns, that's what I do. If you can see patterns, I can teach you how to trade. What this could look like is, let's say SPY just runs, right? And it just blasts through the level. Sometimes it's not going to come back and retest right away, but it may give you a pattern, right? So this is what would be called a bull flag. A bull flag is a pattern that tells you that the stock has a high probability to continue to the upside, okay? So a lot of times you will get either a retest or you'll get a pattern. So there's no need for you to chase a move, okay? And this is just for looking for a day trade. I wouldn't swing it at all time highs. It's no point. The best thing that you can do right now is look for stocks that are breaking out to trade them higher, or you want to look for stocks that are at a area of a support that you can swing long, okay? That's the two best things that you can do right now, right? So let's kind of go through my list here. We'll see what we got. QQQ, not really trade QQQ too much, but a lot of the same thing, okay? FI is a stock that I've been talking about for a couple weeks now. Well, this is the second week actually, but looks good. Looks like it's just gonna get ready to take off. I still love FI. FI, if we can get this thing to start trying to fill this gap, that would be absolutely amazing, right? You got a crazy gap up here. It's been trying to get down below this 137, but it's been holding very, very strong. You got 1, 2, 3 very nice bullish candles right here on the daily. So we'll see if this thing kind of consolidates a little bit more. or if it's ready to take off, right? So it just needs to get above and hold 140.5, right? So you can tell that this was a tough area right here. If you look right here, all up in here, even from back here, right? So it was a previous support. Now it's trying to be a little bit of resistance, but if we can break and hold above this 140.5, you should be up here in the clear to about 144. Then that would kind of start the gap fill. You got to see what it does there. So I still love FI. I'm still in that. SMCI, this is a trade also that I love. My group we're already in. So make sure you guys tap into the premium Discord, man. You can go ahead and get these entries when I get in. Okay. But SMCI, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I said to my group. All right. You have here this trend line. A trend line can act as a support, right? So I have what's called the pillars of options trading. Okay. And in that, I talk about the basic things that you need to understand how to trade options, all right? And one thing that I got in there is about trend lines. A trend line can act as a support, just like a level can, okay? So notice my line right here. Every time we've touched this line, we've had a nice bounce, all right? It hasn't always just taken off, but it's at least giving you a nice bounce. So here it bounced up 27 to 36, almost $10. Here was a insane, just took off. This one right here took off, right? So what is it going to do this time? Is it going to give you a nice little bounce, or is it going to take off? Okay. Now, one thing that you do have to take note of is you do have a gap right here, okay? And you got a crazy support right here. So even if it comes down a little bit more, I may even look to add down here at 40 if it gets there. But right here, you have a bullish engulfing, right? So bullish engulfing on the last two candles, okay? You're right here at the trend line, and you have a lot of room to go, okay? So I got my targets here, 46, 48, and 56 is one that if it just runs, it's just gonna run, all right? So that's that. BMNR is another one that I still love. I'm just kind of watching it. Bull flag pattern, so hey, sometimes I give you guys a play and it's still consolidating, right? So BMNR is still consolidating. I'm still watching that one. So yeah, I'm not in that one yet, but it's still bull flagging, so it looks great. Tesla looks amazing. I talked about Tesla last week, and it popped crazy on Friday. This is one that you got to watch this week for a continuation. One of my favorite stocks to watch for a continuation on just day trades this week is going to be Tesla. So what you have here is Tesla in this triangle pattern, right? You see shapes I can teach you how to trade. What did I say earlier? When things break out, they can come back down and retest. Not only can they retest levels, they can retest these patterns too, okay? So what you see right here is Tesla broke out of this triangle pattern, and it came back to retest this again. And so far, it has passed the retest, okay? You got a nice candle, nice bullish candle right here, all right? Right at the level on 314, 315, and now you're at 340, right? So things happen fast, right? So Tesla is the type of stock that can leave you if you ain't paying attention. So make sure you're watching out for Tesla this week, man. One of my favorite day trade watches for sure. And we have CCL. CCL is a stock that I told you guys about on Free Play Friday. And at this point right now, you are at a point where CCL could absolutely fly, right? So if CCL gives you any pullbacks you get on CCL, I'm telling you, you might want to buy it, all right? CCL has room to go all the way up here to possibly fill this gap at 41, right? So you got like a $10 move that could possibly happen. It can go crazy if we get above this, all right? This is why levels are important in understanding where these moves can happen. That's one thing that I understand very well in the market. I can pinpoint where a big move can happen, okay? So think about this. This stock has not been here to this spot in 4 years. The last time that CCL has been this high was May of 2021. That's 4 years ago. All right, so if we can somehow break out of this, CCL could absolutely fly. Now, what else do you have? So you got a big time resistance that you could possibly break. You also have a crazy bull flag. You also have a crazy bull flag right here. If you take this bull flag, the length of the pole, and you put it at the breakout point, the breakout says it's supposed to go to 42. That ain't what I said. That's what the breakout said, all right? So we'll see what it does, but yeah, man, any dip you get on CCL, look, hey, it's a good bet, all right? Rocket Lab is one that I'm watching too. Rocket Lab here is also bull flagging. They've had a very nice move, and now they are at the highs, right? So haven't been a publicly traded company for too long, but they are flagging at the highs, right? So kind of just like a continuation move, not something that I'll put a whole bunch of capital on, but something to watch for sure. Because man, if it can give you another move like this, that'll be crazy. That might send this thing to, let's see, you put it at the breakout point, yeah, close to 100. That would be insane, right? So bull flat pattern, just kind of keep it on your radar. Nvidia has earnings this week, so I'm not gonna mess with them. AMD broke down, not really too interested in them right now. You're late on AMD if you're not already in. UNH. What else? Chipotle. I'm hoping Chipotle gets one more drop down. I want to get Chipotle, start my position down here around 39.5, and I want to go heavy at 35. Okay, so I hope Chipotle breaks down from this bear flag. CNC looks pretty good. Robinhood hasn't been doing much lately. Hasn't been doing much. Apple, not much right now. Coinbase is a stock that I sent to the group that was like, hey, this thing has bullish divergence. Right now, it kind of had a really good day on Friday. Of course, with that news that, we may be getting a rate cut. They change their minds every week, so don't hold your breath on that, but the setup is there. J&J, MU, I don't like. Lulu, I'm not touching right now. Google, Uber, almost at all-time highs. Then the Dow, right? So we talked about the Dow on Free Play Friday, right? Possible. I said, hey, is this possible at inverse head and shoulders? Okay, so right now it's trying to break out. So what does this mean? This means stocks that are within the Dow, you need to be watching. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through them with you guys, but that's gonna be your homework for this week. Go through the stocks that are in the Dow and look at them and say, hey, do any of these stocks have bullish setups? Because if they do, they are way more likely to break out because the Dow is breaking out, right? And this isn't no small pattern breakout. This is a huge inverse head and shoulders, right? You talking about this resistance has been here since November of 2024, so this could be it could be a really nice move, all right? So just watch out for that. All right, what else we got? Meta, not interested. Amazon, I ain't gonna give y'all that one, man. You gotta do your research. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Look at the Dow. Look at Amazon. They look similar, huh? That's all I'm gonna say on that one. All right, you got Bitcoin, and yeah, that's really about it, man. All right, so we back at SPY. So that's what I like for this week, man. Watch out for Tesla. Watch out for SMCI. We're already in SMCI. Watch out for Tesla, SMCI, CCL, and do your homework on the Dow stocks, man. So I appreciate you guys tapping in. Another Free Play Sunday. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. We almost at 1K, man. I'm throwing a party. I'm live streaming at 1K, okay? I'm live streaming a party at 1K. So let's get to 1K, man. You guys have a great week. Make some money this week. If I've helped you in any type of way, leave it down in the comments, man. Let me know if you guys are executing on these plays because I am, all right? So see y'all in the next one. Peace.